There, hope you're doing well. This is Benjamin J. Worth here with Given Us. Our other sites, Higher Educating, Power and Information, Degree Tuition, Degree Advisors, Degree Tips as well. And what we're here to do today is specifically, it's really for Gmail users. See, Google is really temperamental and it can be very problematic actually, because what happens sometimes when you have a brand new email coming to a new email address. So for instance, you're a subscriber, you signed up, you put your email in, you're looking for some information specifically for your degree type. That could be, accounting, it could be criminal justice, it could be substance abuse, medical billing, technology, cyber tech, web development, any of those types of degrees. You may have come through one of our portals and you may be looking for that information specifically. Also information on how to possibly apply and receive for a government grant, federal student loans, scholarships, and a lot of other things that are going to be really, really helpful on your journey for higher achievement. And obviously, you're going to need to make sure that you get those emails because that is what's going to help you along your journey, get you with the right schools and the right programs, and the right education advisor to be able to help you get those resources that you need to move forward with your goals and your desired coursework. So the problem is every once in a while, Gmail decides to do this crazy thing and they put it in the spam box. So we're looking at the screen right now. In this case, I just want to go ahead and walk through everything and show you really quickly what you can do if that happens and how to make sure that you're going to be getting these things from us. Specifically, we do a double confirmed opt-in approach. It's best practices. It's what we really like to do because there's going to be some personal and sensitive information and some stuff that's specifically tied to your profile based on your email address and everything else. We want to make sure that only you're getting that. So we have to make sure that we have the right email address. And so that's a double confirmed opt-in. What that means basically is the first time you get an email from us, we're going to ask that you just click and make sure that that actually is your email, that you didn't typo or you didn't put someone else's email address in. So we need to make sure we do that. Now, if we're looking in this case right now, everything's totally good to go. Here's the email address. You see it's from us, insider@givenus.com, for instance, in this case. But let's just say that we'll go ahead and mark it as unread. And let's just say that this actually was, goodness, if it was actually put in the spam folder. So let's go ahead and report it as spam and just see what happens. And goodness me, oh my gosh, there it is. It's in the spam folder. This is problematic. So what we want to do is really simple. Just go ahead and click the checkbox. That's the easiest thing to do. You can also drag and do some other things, but the easiest is just hit the checkbox, click not spam, puts it back in the inbox. That's going to be step number one. So another problem is that it can actually wind up over here in the promo tab. And so the problem with the promo tab is we all know that everything from Bon Macy's and Ticketmaster and Groupon and Costco or Sam's Club and whatever else that you're possibly signed up for, anything you probably under the sun have bought anything from in the past, is going to fill that full of stuff every day. And we really don't want to get lost in the mix. It's kind of like losing your favorite Netflix Blu-ray in the mail because it's jammed in the middle of a bunch of newspapers and advertisements and stuff like that. The USPS stuffs your box full of like Valpak coupons and whatever, and all that stuff can be great. But if you lose something that's truly valuable to you, like a check or education information or your Blu-ray in that case, I mean, it can be pretty annoying. So we really want to make sure that we don't wind up there. So there's an easy solution for that. And the way you can do it, you can check the box here, or how I like to do it, it's personally just a little easier. I think it's more simple, is I'll open it up and I'll just go ahead and go to the right over here and I'll click this little drop down right next to the reply button, which by the way, feel free to reply anytime. Tell us what you're looking for. If we can be helpful, we can make sure that we get you the resources and the information and access that you need. So if you ever need to ask us a question, just right there, use that reply button, right back to us from your phone or your browser on your computer. Ask us a question, tell us what you need. We'll be happy to get back to you in a timely manner. So anyways, going back to the filter, really simple thing is to make a filter to make sure that you get what you need from us and it goes to the right spot, which is your primary inbox tab. So go in here. You're going to go ahead and you're going to scroll down to the third option. It says filter messages like this. You click that, you're going to see it's automatically going to populate the field. There's our email address right there, insider@givenus.com. And you're going to go ahead here to the bottom right, okay? And we're going to click this create filter, okay? So we're going to do two things here, and they're both very important. The first and foremost important thing is that we're going to click never send it to spam. because goodness me oh my, we don't want to go in there. Obviously, it's not going to be a good thing. Mostly, you're not going to be checking your spam box. You're just going to be deleting and clearing it. And you obviously have some really valuable information that you just requested from us. We don't want it to go there. So click never send to spam. And the next thing, which is almost as important, so it doesn't get mixed in the shuffle of your promo tab or your social or your forum tab or whatever tab, Google has 5 tabs that you can enable. You're going to click categorize as, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to make sure that it's personal. So it's categorized as personal. What that's going to do is that is going to put it in your primary inbox tab to make sure that you see it. That's the notification that's going to come up on your phone. Time is important. A lot of these things are very time sensitive, so we want to make sure that you're getting them and seeing them as soon as possible. And if it goes to any of your other tabs, it's not going to come up on your phone unless you go in and manually check and go through a bunch of steps. So simply put, you're going to go into the email, you're going to go to the right by the reply button, you're going to click on that little arrow, you're going to create a filter, and then you're going to choose never send it to spam, categorize it as personal, and then you're going to create the filter. Let's just recap on this, go through one more time. A little bit complex how I explained it, but I promise you it's that easy. You literally can check the box here and go more, and you can hit create filter, or you can open the email, go over here by the reply, scroll down when you're in it, and you're going to create the filter. And really simple, like we just did. And basically that is going to make sure that everything gets to where it needs to go. So creating the filter, once again, never send it to spam, categorize as personal, create the filter, and now we're good to go. The last piece here is just really simple. We're just going to click through the actual process. There's going to be typically there's going to be a recapture or a mid-page step that you're going to have to go through. That's really important. It verifies your identity that's tied to the link specifically for your profile. And once you get in here, so again, just to show you an example, pretty simple. I mean, you open up the email. You have to double confirm, make sure it's your email address, so we know we're sending the right person the right information. It's basically it's securely linked through to your info from your email and your profile directly. So if you click on this guy, it's going to take you to a Google reCAPTCHA, which is owned and operated by Google. So if you click that guy, it might ask you a challenge. For instance, this case it says, choose all this stuff with the street signs. If it's too difficult, you can refresh it. This one says, pick everything with the car. It may or may not have you do this. It just is basically verifying that you're a real person and not a robot, and making sure that you are who you say you are, and that the email was directly sent to you. The next page looks like it says, yes, please proceed. Your link and identity was verified to match the email. You just click the continue button. You go straight through. You're just going to go ahead and fill out the form, choose your high school graduation year, choose your education level that you currently have, if you're military or not. In this case, we'll go ahead and select that we're not, our U.S. citizen. Next. Go through the process, and then at the end of it, you're going to get to the last stage, and you're going to get anywhere from 2 to 3 matches showing schools and programs that are able to offer you what you need to move forward, and that are a match with basically with your goals and your timeline and all the input that you're going to specifically put in that. So it's custom tailored and personalized to move at the pace of you and exactly what you need. And you're going to want to make sure that as we're sending you information, things may look really good up front, and that's great. And sometimes your best thing is to just follow your gut instinct with your very first inclination. But we do advise against making an immediate decision. The reason is it's a process, and although you want to move forward post haste and you want to be, quick on it, and you make sure that, you get going where you want to go sooner rather than later, it's important to make sure that you choose the best program. And so we recommend, at least at a minimum, of applying to at least 3, even as many as 4 to 5 different school programs. And the reason is they're all going to have pros and cons. You need to weigh those against each other. You need to make sure that you're making the best informed decision. And so we're going to be reaching out to schools and programs and portals, and we're going to be figuring out exactly what the best stuff is to send your way. And you want to make sure you find out who can offer you the most funding, who can give you the most assistance as far as helping you apply and fill out your FAFSA and assisting you in that whole process. which programs are going to get you where you want to go faster, which ones are more prestigious. Some are less expensive, some are more expensive, some can only be partially covered. Most are going to be higher Learning Commission accredited. And so, it's really going to depend on specifically what your needs and goals are. And so we don't want you to rush into that decision and just, go with the first thing, and then 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different schools or program matches later that we send to you, you're in the middle of an enrollment process and you're already almost past the point of return committed, and then all of a sudden you find out, oh my gosh, why didn't I wait for this? Here's my unicorn. Here's my knight in shining armor. This is exactly the program that I needed. This is, way better on all fronts and all options. Or maybe just a couple of those pros outweigh some pros at another school or program, and there's some other options that outweigh the cons of another program. So really, make sure that you're thorough about it. Working with an enrollment advisor and going through with your education advisor on each one of the programs, and then sitting back and taking all the information in. It's not a scary, complex process. It's really simple. It's just important that you don't rush into it and just be like, yep, awesome, cool, this program, this school, done deal, sign up, and then all of a sudden, within the first 2 weeks, we're going to at least be able to match you with anywhere from 3 to as many as 6 different programs and schools. So don't make the decision right away. You have plenty of time, and we're going to make sure that we get you all the info and all the options that you possibly need so that you can make the best choice. So without further ado, I'm going to wrap this video up because it's getting a little bit long, but I definitely enjoyed our time together. And make sure if you have any questions at all, like I said, just right there, use that reply button. Let us know if we can do anything for you. And if anytime, you found your school, you've gotten everything you need from us, it's a piece of cake, just go to the bottom, click the unsubscribe button, or you can change your subscription options if you want to have, just some of our content. Maybe you like the newsletter. Maybe you like, anything really else. We have like a lot of different pieces that are sent out. And so if you're done with the school section of it, or you want to get other information and there's other information that you don't want, you can always manage that to the bottom and the footer of every email. Our address is there, our phone number's in it. And if you just, have something that you have to ask, the quickest way, like I said, is just hit that reply button. We look forward to helping you on this amazing journey towards higher achievement. And we couldn't be more thrilled to be helping you with it. So have a great day. Enjoy everything we have to send to you. Definitely look for the next emails. Have some really, really amazing information.